Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fourth and final Mindful Moment Mondays. I can't believe it's been a month already. So I hope these have served you. We've covered quite a wide variety of topics, including earthing and grounding, ways to interrupt anxiety, and immune supports that come from the herbal plant world. And so today, our final topic is quick ways to raise the vibration of yourself and of your energy. We are here in the Northeast at the end of winter, and we just got 8 inches of snow. And with all of this like hibernation and cold and turning inward, sometimes it's very easy for the energy to sort of start to drag down. And when our energy is down, we're more susceptible to getting physically sick. We're more susceptible to having thoughts of anxiety and depression, and we're more susceptible, excuse me, in terms of not attracting, being at the frequency to attract the things that we desire. So here today, I wanted to cover a couple of topics that help raise the vibrations, even when we're feeling run down and kind of in that lower vibrational state. So some of these are as ancient as time itself and as long as humans have been around. And I want to acknowledge that. So the first one I want to talk about is actually clearing with some kind of incense. And what this does is it sets the intention of clearing the energy around you, negative energy, raising it into positive energy, and burning any of these incenses from all different traditions and all different regions of the world. You set the intentions of the frequency of the mind to say, hey, I am setting apart this time and space to clear the energy around me. And the incense comes around and acts as this clearing agent. We can visually see it, we can smell it, we're feeling the texture of the plant in our hand. So it engages the 5 human senses, but with that intention of the mind, it's clearing the energy and helping raise the vibrations. And Melissa and I both teach on clearing with incenses, and I learned a lot from her from the plant side of things. So the very popular clearing instances that have sort of hit the market in a big way and an awareness. And I know I'm in the same boat because the first instance that I use a lot still is that I learned from my Reiki teacher was Palo Santo, which literally means holy wood. And this comes from Brazil and other parts of South America. And the way that this wood is supposed to be harvested is that the plant naturally dies, and then the wood is dried for 10 years, and then it's cut into these pieces for us to use this beautiful fragrance, this beautiful energy of this holy wood to clear our space. So it is indigenous to South America, and many traditions have used Palo Santo from there, the place-based peoples, and now it's used in a lot of spiritual communities. And for me, it's my personal favorite. So I do feel with the intention of using the wood in a sacred way and using it to help raise the vibration, that is something that works for me to use a South American plant in my own spiritual and energetic alignment and clearing. Another popular one that has come into much demand is white sage. And white sage is a desert plant that grows in our United States in the Southwest. And we source ours from a farm in California that we really trust, because this plant is actually, it takes a lot to get it to germinate, and it's getting over harvested as the demand for white sage goes up. So I also use this with honor that it is from a desert place, but it is one of the biggest clearing agents that I've used. Like I use this more to banish and clear. And I use Palo Santo often to welcome in. It's a sweetness, it's a gentleness, high vibration, good energy, good spirits. So these two I use in common, but in combination, but I do honor that they are from a region that I don't live in and that my ancestry doesn't necessarily align to. So I want to bring that up because Melissa has made smudges in our shop, and I've seen this happening more and more, to use plants that are indigenous and natural to the place that we live in, or to the places that our family and our ancestral lines come from. So this is a little piece of juniper, and it does the same thing. And juniper grows here in the Northeast, and it can be harvested very sustainably, and you can dry it yourself, and it clears energy in, just the same way. And one of the things that Melissa taught me in one of her classes is that all of these plants that have been used from all of these different place-based peoples and in different spiritual traditions are obviously very spiritual and bring the energy and the vibrations up around the person using them and with the intention of the user, but it also clears air. They're antimicrobial, antibacterial, and as you burn them, you're actually making the air around you healthier. So it's happening on a physical and spiritual and emotional and mental and energetic levels. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover, is this intention of clearing with incense. It sets your mind into the state that you are raising the frequency and clearing away anything that doesn't serve you. The other things that are helpful in that process is I use pink Himalayan salt. Yeah, pink Himalayan salt all around our space and our store and also my home, because this also clears negative energy. Quite literally, it neutralizes the environment, and also it is spiritually and energetically a neutralizer. It keeps the negative energy and low vibrations away and helps hold space for keeping the energy high. The other thing that we use a lot in our store and in my life is high vibrational crystals. So I love having quartz crystal around. This is a massive amplifier, and it helps raise the vibrations of your energy and the energy around you. This is clear quartz. And another one that's really, really great for clearing and raising the vibrations is selenite, which looks like a striated salt, and I don't have any with me right now, but it's something that you can look up very easily, and we have lots of it in our store. And the reason why is because it really vibrates at a high frequency, but like it does also have that clearing energy of getting rid of bad energy and welcoming in the good. So those are some of the ways to clear energy and space, is crystals, salts, and incense. So the next thing that I want to talk about has no physical manifestation, but this is all in our mind and our energy. It's something I've been practicing a lot, and it's something we've all heard before, but interrupting the negative energy and thoughts with gratitude works every time. And it's so simple, but we often forget it as a tool. So something I've been working through myself in these last few weeks of winter is the snow, it's so hard. I don't want to go out in it. I don't want to shovel. I just want I want the sun to return. And when I get to that place, which I think we're all starting to get to that place, I replace some of those thoughts with the things that I do love about winter. It slows things down. It allows me to turn inward and to just be. The cold and snow are these initiators of the cycles of spring to come. All that water is going to go into the ground and wake up our little seedlings soon. So there's a way of interrupting things that are piling onto each other, lowering the vibrational frequencies of your mind, of your body, and the energy around you. And when you turn some of those thoughts on their head and turn it around into gratitude, a lot of energy shifts to raising the frequency. I've been doing this also with some of the work that I don't want to do. It's turning it around and saying, okay, I have the opportunity to do this work. I am grateful to have this work, bringing in resources to sustain me and my family. These are ways of shifting the energy and raising the frequency. And I think that gratitude is something we hear a lot, but it is something that we easily forget. I don't turn to it unless I actually actively, intentionally change my thinking to gratitude thoughts. There are some that have had a lot of success with gratitude daily journals. It shifts the energy on a much deeper level because you're repeating it as a discipline. So that's something else I wanted to mention today, is if a gratitude journal really resonates with you, you take time in a journal every day to physically write. So this is not typing in your phone, which you may prefer, but the physical act of writing gratitude, there's some magic making in that physical act of putting words, intentions into the paper. And doing this daily can really transform you as a person, transform your energy, transform your beliefs, and raise the frequency. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this talk, when we raise our frequency, we become a magnet for the things that we desire. And that's the process of manifestation. We raise our energy, we shed and release all of the negative energy, the negative thoughts, the heaviness. We shed and release so that we can vibe at a much higher frequency. And that allows us to live at a better life, healthier life, and also be a magnet for the things that we desire. So doing a gratitude journal, what that practice allows us to clear that negative energy and commit to paper the things that we're grateful for in the world, and that frequency rises in us because we're taking the time and taking the discipline to do that work. So those are two. We're talking about clearing and setting the intention to raise our frequency through plants and crystals, also gratitude. And the next thing I wanted to bring up is flower essences. So flower and crystal essences are vibrational medicine, and so that's something that is very different than a tincture, which is taking the actual chemical properties of the plant into the agent, which is often vodka or alcohol, and that chemical property of the plant is actually going into the body and helping support whatever that is. A flower essence and crystal essence is the vibrational energy. So the vibrational energy of clear quartz, when you put it into a flower essence or crystal essence, that energy of amplification, happiness, bright light energy is going into the agent, which Melissa uses alcohol and glycerin for some of her flower essences, and vinegar, I believe. So flower essences is taking that vibrational energy of the plant and bringing it into the agent. And so what I love about these are all pretty happy flowers, and they raise energy and frequency in different ways. But the first one I wanted to talk about was violet. So it raises the energy for you to align to your truest self and gives you courage. So this is a really great one. I know Melissa has this in stock too at the store. It's violet flower essence. One of the other one that her little guy, her youngest son, and I use a lot is her red clover and larimar. And red clover is the clover that we see everywhere. And it is such a powerful plant, both in tincture form, but also in flower essence, which is what we're talking about today. And what it does is it gives a strong sense of self and helps the clarity of the mind. So this can help calm anxiety too, and raise the vibrations to have that clarity and strength to bring things into the world that you desire. The other two I want to mention is peony and rose quartz. So these are very happy, love-centric energies. Rose quartz is for the heart. Peony is for that pleasure and delight. So this is something that allows you to manifest pleasure and magnify your abundance, because you're raising your vibration with the beautiful essence of peony and also rose quartz, which is one of my favorite stones. And buttercup. So this one uplifts self-assurance and love of one's inner light. So this is that connection to your own energy and your own high vibing frequency. It's kind of that reminder connector. So this is buttercup in flower essence form. And these are so wonderful because they're so they work on the subtle body, and you can take them when you are feeling that heaviness, or you really do want the strength or the manifestation power, all of that. These essences help you raise your vibration by taking it internally and becoming that frequency of the plant that is in the essence. So it's something else I wanted to offer. Melissa makes so many of these, and we have them in our store at Raven and Moon. And the other way of raising the frequency, and this is all just actions and rituals in order to bring that intention into your mind. And one of my favorites, and all my students and clients know that I do this all the time, is an oracle card deck. So this one here is a Rebecca Campbell's Star Seed Oracle. We have this in the store as well. And what this does is as you shuffle and you set the intention to receive guidance from your card, the cards are aligning to your frequency and your request, your desire. And then your hands are going to guide you to the card that really is going to resonate with you to help you bring intention around raising your vibration or whatever you're requesting. So it could be guidance in a decision. It could be an insight into what's going on in your life. So when you set that intention and you shuffle the cards and you pick your card, this is very interesting because this is the second time I've drawn this card in the last 3 days. And this is trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. And the message of this card for me is that I do have a lot I want to bring forward in this time on earth, but I'm also part of a divine soul contract that is going to allow these things to unfurl, whether I'm stressing out about them or not. So it's about trust that the timing is perfect and trust that I'm going to bring the things into the world that I came here to do. So that's my message. And I set that intention to have that message help me focus on what I need to do. And you can do that with any oracle card deck or tarot deck. It's about matching your frequency, and just the action of doing that is going to interrupt any kind of this low energy, this tight heaviness, and it's going to bring your awareness to higher frequency and alignment in your soul and your body. And it's just an amazing tactile ritual to help bring those shifts in your energy about. So those were the ones I wanted to cover today, and I hope they serve you. This has been a delightful program. And so the 4 things we covered today were plants, incense, and crystals that help raise the frequency and banish negative energy, the practice and powerful transmutation and transformation of gratitude. And we talked about flower essences and oracle cards. So these are all tools that you can integrate into your life to help interrupt anything that you need and raise the frequency. So thank you again for having Melissa and I and Raven and Moon a part of your Mindful Moment Mondays. And we hope that you enjoy the spring that is coming and come and visit us anytime here in Red Hook. We're at 18 East Market Street, and we have lots of things for you to continue to learn about these kinds of practices and take care of yourself in mind, body, spirit. And we would be delighted to meet some of you guys. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of your week.